Welcome back everybody, Max here with CAD Hunting, and welcome to another Junk Silver update. I got a nice bag of Junk Silver here. As you guys know, there's the silver rate going on Wallstreetsilver this week, and we were all supposed to buy 10 plus ounces in order to contribute to the rate. So this is just over 10 ounces. We have exactly 10.64 ounces fine silver here. I paid spot price for this, so I paid 347 Canadian dollars in total, but in the end I actually paid much less than spot because a lot of this was trade. I still had some jewelry left that I found over the last few years on yard sales and metal detecting, so I pitched that in and used that for a trade. And I also used a bag of non-silver international coins that I accumulated and also threw it in the trade, so I could cut my cost quite a bit here because I wouldn't be able to afford this much this week otherwise. But in the end I got this one here and it's just over 10 ounces, so I'm super happy about this. Let's pull it out of the bag. I don't think it is gonna take too long today, so I won't make a cut here. We have a nice mix of some US stuff here, some bullion and a bit international stuff and Canadian. Let's start with the bullion here. We actually have two 1984 prospector rounds, Engelhardt. And those ones are very popular stacker rounds. I think this is the second year. They introduced those in 1983, and they are a beautiful design on the front and with the American Eagle on the back. And I'm a huge fan of those. Didn't find so many of those for spot price. As you guys know, my maximum I'm willing to pay for silver is $5 over spot, so I actually have to go out there and grind in order to find those kind of things, rather than buying them online or in coin shops where you pay significantly more than that. So it is for me a nice treat to find Engelhardts, because if I find bullion pieces, it is usually maples or something similar. And we also have one maple here. This one is a 2010 maple in very nice condition. And again, finding bullion pieces for spot right now is an absolute blessing and something that you just don't find at the moment. So very happy. That's all the bullion pieces I had, and we have a bunch of Canadian silver dollars here. I think I got a total of 8 Canadian silver dollars today. Oh, it's actually just 7. Okay, I thought it was 8. It's just 7. And pretty common years, all of them. I didn't find any of the ones that I usually try to prioritize, like the British Columbia 1958 or the other commemorative ones. We have 3 of the 1967 goose, and this is a very iconic design and something that I really like to stack. Overall, I think that those Canadian silver dollars are an amazing option to increase the weight of your stack, because they are very affordable. They have a good purity and a good size, and they are also widely available here in Canada. So something that is very much at the foundation of my stack together with US Junk Silver. We have one more 1953 here with a very nice tarnish, and then we have a couple 1963s. So no good dates there. In the end, there's not so many great dates with Canadian dollars. You're looking mainly at the 1947 and the 1948. A few other ones in the 40s are also better dates, but that's actually the two that command huge premiums, and everything else is very similar in value. And then the last one here is a 1960, so another pretty common date. On top of that, we have one 1967 Howling Wolf Canadian 50-cent piece, and there is also 2 Canadian sterling silver dateless pieces here. This ones I didn't really want, so I kind of gave a lowball offer and he took it, so I'm happy that I got those in the end. But I usually do not like buying dateless coins, just because that makes them immediately a junk silver coin by default. So still, for a little bit under spot, I still take them, so that was very good. And then we have a few, I think $1.50 face in US quarters. So we got 6 Washington quarters here. There's not really any relevant dates in the Washington quarter series, so this is just pure 90% US junk silver without any numismatic value, which is probably my favorite junk silver to stack for volume. And then this is probably next to the 3 billion pieces the best find for me this week. We have 5 Australian 1 florin pieces. All of those are sterling silver. They made sterling silver coins until 1943 in Australia and were one of the last countries to actually switch to a lower percentage. And these things are absolutely awesome. I got them for $11 each, which is basically spot price. And those coins are really, really collectible. Also, I'm a huge fan of the Australian design. If I put this closer here to the camera, you have the kangaroo and the emu kind of like touching this emblem in the middle with their paws, and then King George on the back. But this one here is a 1915, and that is definitely a key date. This is actually not only a semi-key date, it's kind of a key date of the series, and those coins command a huge premium. If you look at them on eBay, they are at least selling for $40 to $60 a piece, so this was a very, very nice pickup for spot. We have two 1936s here, then we have a very beat up 1910. Just over here, and oh sorry, that's a very beat up 1917 and a pretty beat up 1910. Fascinatingly, the 1915 is basically the best condition coin of the lot, but almost all of those things usually command a premium. So you guys can see if you put them next to a $1/2, they're pretty much $1/2 size, a tiny bit smaller than that. And Australian coinage is one of my favorite coinage to stack, and something that I really appreciate if I can get it for spot, because that is not the case so often. I do not have such a big collection of Australian coins, because as I said before, I do not purchase coins that are more than 5% over spot. So this is definitely a treat for me, because normally I would not be able to afford those kind of coins with my silver stacking strategy. So I get extra happy if I find coins like this for a change. So I'm super, super thrilled. Let's use the last minutes to talk about the silver rate a little bit. As you guys know, Wallstreetsilver is still going strong on Reddit, and there is a rate announced basically for this weekend. I think it was from July 1st to July 4th, with the goal being a purchase of 1 million ounces physical silver within the community. And I am pretty surprised how long the breath is of this Wallstreetsilver movement this time. It seems like it's not just a one-off kind of thing. We had several rates now, and the community is still growing. So I think this actually is getting into some territory where it could have some influence on the silver price. We also saw silver slightly creeping up again over this $26 mark that we were kind of stuck at for a few weeks, and we have quite a few factors that could work in silver and gold's favor next week. So I'm kind of expecting a little bit of a price increase next week, but not anything significant, unless we see like a really big shift in the monetary policy or very, very high inflation numbers, because that is what usually has a huge impact on the gold price. Other than that, we also saw little gains in Bitcoin and Ethereum again this week, which I think is still one of the main factors for the not as high as it should be price for gold and silver, because a lot of money that usually flows into gold and silver flows into Bitcoin assets. My favorite coins today are definitely the two Engelhards and the Australian florins. This is both things that I do not very often get, because I am pretty strict with my pricing, and I'm happier than ever, super happy if I can get those coins for that price. But everything today was basically very simple, basic things, just Canadian dollars and US silver quarters. There's not really anything super special here that needs a lot of description. Let me know, guys, what your favorite coins are today, and where you see the silver price heading, and how you see the influence on Wallstreetsilver on Reddit on the price, and if it actually does have a huge impact. To end the video, I will make my first video of the Junk Silver series for specific countries next week. So I would like to ask you guys to just comment a country in the comments that I deal with first. Just pick one country, and then I will see if there's a tendency what you guys wish for, and then I will start my series with that country. And I'm super thrilled to do that new series. It's going to be something new, it's going to be something informative, and I love doing the research and showing off some coins at the same time. So please stay tuned for coming videos next week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It would be super helpful, and hit the like button if you can. I will see you guys latest next week, or maybe even a bit earlier than that, when I upload my first video of the series. Have a good one, guys.